What was the time you've seen him happiest?
Well, when he wins.
But is there one moment that you saw that meant more to him than any other?
I think his first World Champions League in Barcelona. That was it, really. You know, he'd done it, and he'd done it against Bayern Munich. You know, it wasn't against any weak side. They didn't have any luck. There was no penalties or anything like that. You could say, yeah, that was the best match. He must have. I remember him at the time. You know, I mean, at the end of the match, the dressing room was heaving with people. Everybody was so pleased and so happy that his smile on his face, you know, was just magic.
What was the most upset you've seen him?
Last week.
Out of his career, you think?
Yeah, last week. That match last week, I thought that I've never really seen him disappointed like that. He was disappointed because they hadn't performed at all.
He said it was the toughest defeat of his career.
Yes.
That City derby defeat. How did you see him at that point?
Well, I was beginning to see his brain was working even then after the match. He was so disappointed. He'd never had a 6 goals scored against him in his whole career, but he was still thinking about the next. I think he's the most fantastic, the greatest manager that's ever been of a soccer club, without any question. Yeah.
Football's changed so much, Sir Bobby.
Yes.
The way you managed a player 25 years ago is not the way you manage a player now, is it?
Yeah, pretty much. I would say pretty much the same.
You think it's the same?
Yeah. I mean, they've
even with all the egos, the money.
Well, they've got money and they've got egos, but we had egos. We had players that were like that. And Alex, but Alex, he sees through people. He sees them, and he knows what they're thinking, and he has this ability to actually send players to other teams. So they go and have 6 months or a year, and then they'll come back absolutely superb. He's just great at it.